My name is Bailey Nugent, and my dad is a recent liver organ recipient. So the waiting period was very challenging. Like I've said, you don't really know what it's like to wait until you're in that position. You don't know what it's like to be waiting for one phone call for a horrible event and a very tragic event for someone to happen to make one of the best days of your life happen. It was hard because my mom and I and my sister saw my dad every day. We saw him on his good days, and we saw him on his bad days, and we saw him on his really bad days. And we saw him when it probably could have been his last days. It's hard for people to understand what it's like living your day-to-day for one thing to happen. Your entire world revolves around it. I keep my phone off at work because I don't necessarily need it on, but during our waiting period, it was always on. Any text message, any phone call, any random number I got, I answered because I thought it could have been that. The waiting is just so challenging because you really don't know when it's going to come. You have zero control over if this is going to come, when it's going to come, where you're going to be, what are you going to be doing. For my family specifically, we started losing towards the end of luckily, the end of our waiting period. We were positive, but there gets to a point where, what are you gonna do? You can't do anything. Is it gonna happen? I don't know. I remember seeing my mom and dad dancing in our living room and was thinking, this could be the last time I see my parents dancing together, because he was so sick, he was so young. You can't really imagine how, not how awful he looked, but just how much mental and physical pain he was probably in, and how getting your hopes up so high that you're finally getting your organ, and it just didn't work. So 10 days later, we actually got the real phone call, which was awesome. This story's a little bit different. My brother was away, my little sister was at work, I was at work, and answered his coordinator and was like, Cindy, I don't want to go. Luckily, my mom was in the car and was like, Steve, you're going. We are going to UVA. So that one was a lot better. And overall, obviously, it's one of the best things that's ever happened to my family. I couldn't thank our organ donor family enough. But the waiting and looking back on it, I blacked out a lot of it because it was just, it's a pain I don't want to have to relive. It's a pain that I wish no one else would have to live with. Unfortunately, it comes with the territory of being lucky enough to be alive.